Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss about two topics. One is about ACAMS, one is about the general query, which is very important. Many people have been reached out in very recent times about the same topic asking for the suggestions and guidance. So I want to discuss about that, and the other one is about the ACAMS certification. So these are the two important topics. These seems to be general topics, but they are very very important because ACAMS involves hell lot of money. You have to invest it, and you need to think about it before investing. Is it worth uh, keeping that much amount in the ACAMS certification or not? The other one is just very general topic, and which is like they should use the common sense, but people are reaching out to me, asking me suggestions to do it. I'll explain you clearly what is it. Just stay tuned with the entire video. So first thing we'll discuss about it ACAM certification, and before we go into the details of the ACAM certification, ACAMS is a certification which will be useful for the people who are trying to get advance in their career related to financial crime, mostly transaction monitoring, or maybe it covers everything, but mostly into financial crimes. The certification will be very useful. As we know, we have three departments: KYC, AML, and transaction monitoring. Where AML also comes under transaction monitoring and sanctions. It depends upon the bank to bank. So people who are want to excel in their career, or they are supposed to register to that to do this certificate. Even when you see few of the job requirement, they used to mention in the job description ACAMS preferred, but in the bracket if you see they clearly mention not mandatory. You have to highlight that point important. So ACAM certification preferred, but in the bracket they clearly mention not mandatory, which means it is not mandatory for getting a job in the ACAMS, for getting a job in the KYC or AML. So you have to go very deep into it. I have done some research about ACAM certification, general perspectives, and like how much does it cost, and is it worth investing that much of amount in the ACAMs at the early stage of career. Everything I'll put all my research and investigation on ACAMs in this video, so you can take your call. It will help you to take the call which it will be suitable for you or not. So before we going into the ACAMs, I'll give you an example so that you can relate to that, and I'll also sharing you some live examples and live research which you can also do this investigation on your own, whether it is a worth or not. Because ACAMS right now it costs 2 lakhs plus including taxes, and other stuff, membership fees and all, including it 2 lakhs plus. So 2 lakhs plus, investing in the 2 lakhs plus, is it worth or not? It has to be depends upon the individual who is going to afford that. So right, so I'll tell you about that. We know about ACAMS, why people do, and what is the purpose of it. I'll like clearly explain it again. So ACAMS is suggested that if people who are working in the KYC AML field and also in the transaction monitoring or sanctions, so if they want to excel in their career, it was suggested to do that ACAMS certification. And in ACAM certification, there is one more certification called CGSS, which is completely related to sanction screening. But mostly suggested that people are suggesting to do only ACAMS, not CGSS, because if you do ACAMS, even the sanctions part is covered in the ACAMS. So that's why ACAMS got popularity and a well-known established certification for all KYC or AML related profiles. Now, when it comes to cost, as I explained you, it costs around 2 lakhs plus, and it depends upon the membership you take. For example, how it works. For example, you register today, you paid the fees, and you have to take an exam within 3 months or 6 months. You have taken the exam, and before you writing the exam, they'll ask you for the membership, or you want to take the membership for 1 year or 3 years. If you choose 1 year, it will be around 2 lakhs. If you choose 3 years, it will be like 2.2 lakhs. It will be more than 2 lakhs. Membership, what is membership is nothing but if you take an exam and if you pass it exam this year, for example 2025, so your certificate is valid until next 1 year, which means after that 1 year again you have to rewrite the exam and you have to take the certification. If not, there are one more option. They will be sending you some events, webinars, and articles and journals. You have to purchase that and you have to keep yourself updated so that your certification will be getting renewal each and every year. Even that webinars, that articles, that events which they conduct, it is not free of cost. You have to purchase it, you have to attend them, which means like the main purpose of ACAMS is that It is not a standard certificate. It is not okay, once you are certified, okay, you are very good to go. It is not like that. Because we are in the field of financial crime, because we don't know how crimes operate in the future. We don't know how crimes will be done, how criminals find their ways to use different technologies and come up with a new method to launder money. But we have to be in the same line, so which means you have to keep update yourself every day, every minute, every year. So that's what even ACAMS will also expect you to do. So once you done your course for the 1 year, they'll give membership of 1 year. After that 1 year, your certification is no valid. Again, you have to write exam, or you have to do the following scenarios. You have to attend webinars, you have to attend events, you have to follow the journals, articles. It goes this way. That is one way, 1 year. And there is one more vehicle, 3 years. If you have taken ACAM certification for 3 years, which means the membership is for 3 years. If you clear the exam, so your certificate will be valid till 3 years. But after 3 years, again the same process. If you want to keep your certificate alive, or if you want to keep your this knowledge like up to date, you have to attend the events, or you have to retake the exam. So that is why it making you very cost. Investing 2 lakhs for 3 years or maybe 1 year, it is okay up to some extent. I'll explain you the extent also in coming part. To some extent it is okay, but imagine for every year you have to renew, for every year you have to spend money. We have to think like, is it worth? Is it worth? If it is worth, at what cost it is worth? So that completely depends upon the individual who is going to afford that. Now second part. So for example, we need a mobile right now. So if you want to purchase a mobile, we need to think about what type of mobile I need, what are the specifications, what is the perks that I need. For example, if I am the person only I use mobile for attending calls or some like just office purpose, I'll take the like basic mobile at affording some cost. If I'm also interested in I need mobile for the basic needs, and I am also having some interest in the photograph, I'll go for some advanced level mobile which has a very good camera specifications and all. Because I used to take pics whenever I see some good portraits or good nature, good scenic things and all. So we will buy based on that our purpose. But I'm some kind of person who goes to like travel very often. I need a very good battery backup because I goes out for travel, and I need to take pics over there. I need to shoot some videos. We will select one mobile based on that. In the same way, while choosing the ACAMS also, you should be very clear what is the purpose you need. Most of the people do ACAMS for getting job, but in the job description itself, they clearly mention ACAMS is preferred but not mandatory, which means they himself they are giving ACAMS is not mandatory for getting this job. You just need some knowledge, you just need some confidence to prove that interviewer that I am good at this thing. If given a chance, I will be proved. So that's it. For getting a job, ACAMS is not required. If anyone is looking for a job and they want to do ACAMS, I'm suggesting that not required. You just need to go to some basic content like where what how KYC works, what is AML, what is sanctions, and you can usually get into the job. And second one is what is the best way of doing ACAMS in India. It is very clear. I'm telling about the Indian perspective. So I will also give some of the few examples. You can go and cross check. It is like very available in the open source. If you are want to excel in your career in KYC AML in India, I won't suggest. No, it is not good to do ACAMS. It is very clear. Why? Because you go to LinkedIn profile and do your research for at least like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Go to LinkedIn profile and search for the like managers, AVPs, VPs of different companies. Let's say just write some name and just give the company name, and you will get all the managers, all the VPs, all the AVPs, and you look at their profile. How many of them have done ACAMS? Out of 100 people, only 10 people will be doing ACAMS. The remaining 90, they won't do it. They don't do it. But they are in a very good position like AVP, VP, directors and all, but they don't have ACAMS certification, which means that it is a very clear indication. If you just have the knowledge, if you have the at least good career aspect, you can even grow it. You grow to that AVP or manager or any other position even without ACAMS. It is very simply. I have done almost research about 500 profiles, and I come to this conclusion. I'm also telling you to do your own research based on that, and come to a conclusion like how it is going to be. Because at the end of the day, everyone's aim or everyone's point was to become a manager or AVP or a VP or a director of some at some position, because we can't stay as analyst or associate for too long. Everyone aim is to become that position. But to become that position, do you think that ACAMS is really worth? It is not worth. You can also get to that position even without doing ACAMS. For the for the research, like how I'm saying it, you can go to LinkedIn and do your own research on it. As I am done, I am very confident about it. I can make it to that point even without ACAMS. And in the same point, in the same second point, there is one more leverage we have here. If you want to become a manager, if you want to become a VP, if you want to become a vice president, if you want to do ACAMS and approach the management, if they are sponsoring it, do it. But we should not be putting from our own pocket, because investing from our own pocket doesn't make any sense. Because even without investing, we there is a chance of becoming a management level position. There is no point of investing from our pocket. But there are some companies who will uh, provide sponsorship for ACAM certification. So if your management is providing, you can do it. Then because you'll have the ACAM certification, and you can easily grow in your career. These are the two options. Then third one is, because all these two cases I told, ACAMS is, it is not worth doing, and not worth doing in the first case, not worth doing in the second case. Only it is worth if the company is sponsoring, we can do it. Then what is the third case that ACAMS is very useful? These ACAMS is very useful for the people who are working in India, where they want to shift their careers to abroad. For example, UAE, Canada, US, UK. If you want to shift your career, like if you want to explore opportunities over the abroad, when uh, as I mentioned in the four countries, you can do ACAMS. And you have to do ACAMS, because ACAMS is the only entry to go to abroad. That is the major entry. Only if you do ACAMS, the other countries will take you easily. Because we know in India, even though we work for UK, US, we know some regulations of how US Federal Reserve or US OCC or SCC will work. But they need that some validate, okay, this guys knows how the banking works in US and UK. They need some authentication. That authentication will be given by ACAM certification. So people who are working in India, they want to explore career opportunities or abroad, they, for them, ACAMS is the best route to go to that. Because ACAMS will act as an entry pass for them to explore opportunities in abroad. UAE, Canada, UK, US, it will be very easy pass. If you do ACAMS, that is because ACAMS is some like authentication. Okay, these guys know something. We can able to consider him for the abroad positions. So for them, it is very useful. ACAMS. So these are the 3 points I want to cover in this video. And if you feel any like difference of opinion or anything like that, you can just ping in the comment, so we can discuss over there. But as per my research and as per my perspective, this was the like all three scenarios. The one scenario is getting job, doing ACAMS for getting job not required, because in the job description itself they'll mention it. So ACAMS is preferred but not mandatory. And second one is, everyone want to excel in their career. You want to become manager or senior manager or VP or president or maybe director. No need of ACAMS, because we have seen many profiles, even without ACAMS they have reached to that position. But if the company is sponsoring it, you can do it. It covers the both. With by doing from the company's end, you can gain the trust of the company. At the same time, as the company is sponsoring you, that if you clear the certification, they will be excelling in their career by offering you a position or promotion. So both ways it works if the company is sponsoring. Then the third one is, if you want to explore opportunities other than India, abroad, and mostly UAE, Canada, US, UK, ACAMS is a very mandatory. That was the only authentication pass where you can find entry in the abroad. So this is all about the ACAMS. And price, I already told you. The price depends upon the dollar rate. It may be 2 lakhs or more. At the time of me doing this video, it may be 2 lakhs or more, including the taxes, membership fees I told. And membership fees also, you should be very careful before you choosing. I suggest you to choose the membership of 3 years instead of 1 year, because it is very hard to renew each and every year. But it is best at least if you have 3 years leverage. by this time of 3 years we can become to that highest position, maybe a president or vice president. So better to choose always 3 years membership option. And when it comes to trainers, like where to I have to train for the ACAMS and all, what I suggest is like you go and take the manual, like it will be a PDF manual. You go through it, do by your own, you understand it. If you are not getting it, in LinkedIn there are many other trainers, you can just approach them and get it trained. But I always suggest to go for a trainer instead of wasting money and all, because if you fail the exam, if you want to retake the exam, it will cost you around $200, I guess, somewhere around roughly $200 or more. Again you have to invest the $200 or more. But if you give that $200 to some any trainer, they will teach you each and everything step by step and all. So that's what I would suggest to. If you want to trainers, you can just go to the LinkedIn and you can like get many. There are many trainers. I'm not sure about giving the names, but you can find many trainers over there and you can get it done. So this is all about ACAMS and my research and my perspective ACAMS. I think it will be very useful for you those who are eager to do ACAMS, and because I've seen many people, he has at least just 1 year of experience and he's asking me which certification is best to do. I told ACAMS, but it's very costly. So they need to understand about the whole perspective of the ACAMS, why what is the purpose and why we have to do, when we have to do it. I think this video will clarify you, will give you a clear picture of ACAMS, when to do, how to do. If you have any further questions, you can drop down in the comment section. I'm very happy to help. And second topic I want to discuss is like very sensitive topic, and I don't know, people keeps on approaching. It is very sensitive topics. I have seen many few people, but in recent times the number of people approaching me for this issue have been increased more. So it is very simple. A few people come to me and they said, I have some 4 years of experience in insurance claims. I have 4 years of experience in other departments. So I want to keep this as a fake and I want to join in the KYC. Tell me how can I do it. So first of all, I don't encourage that. That sort of experience and all, taking the fake experience and coming into KYC, and then you claiming that I have 4 years of experience in KYC. That doesn't work. So I never encourage that and I won't encourage that as well. Instead of that, what you will do is you can just be them, give it a try. You can tell them, I have 4 years of experience in other domains, but I am very interested in KYC and I have learned a few things about, few basics about KYC, and you can test my knowledge. That is the best way to approach it, instead of faking it and then exploring it. Why? I will tell you why it is not good, why it is not always good. Not always, it is never good to be do never good to be fake, because non-IT is completely different and IT is completely different and banking compliance is completely different. In IT, somewhere you can manage it, because wherever you go the language remains the same CC++, the same Java, or the same HTML, the same CSS, it is same. So somewhere you can fake it, somewhere you can learn in the process, somewhere you can manage, you can struggle manage some, at some point of time you can come out of it. But it is a banking, you are being hired to do the background check of the customers, whether they are involved in financial crime or not. So which means you are doing the investigation of the customers. Do you think that banks won't do investigation of yours before they onboard you? Because for onboarding the client itself, they are taking a lot of investment, they're putting a lot of effort, they're screening, they're performing PEP, sanctions, adverse media. Do you think that they won't do that background check while hiring you? That is a common sense, right? So that's the reason I won't suggest to, especially in the banking field, it is not always not good to keep fake experience and come. Instead of, you can just open them, say, I've done this all these years, but I feel I'm very interested in KYC, but I have learned few things. You can test me, and if you are fit, you can take. That will be a very good attitude to show them. Okay, at least they might give chance instead of faking and then blanking out in the interview. Because you cannot, even if you learn everything and if you are very confident and if you sit in an interview, there will be some point you can be blanking out, because question after the question after the question comes, but you already told you have 4 years of experience. So somewhere at some point of time you will be no blanking out in the interview. So that doesn't look good. So I always suggest you to be open minded and tell them, I have 4 years of experience in different field, I want to learn KYC, but I already did some homework. I think that will be good enough to interview. Please give me a try. Now where you have to learn, just go through my channel, go through the videos and come from the bottom. Why banks perform KYC, that is the basic step. From there you can come from the top, so which will be cover everything, all the videos, all the knowledge will be covered for you to crack the interview. My videos are well enough for the people who want to crack the interview, that is more than enough. If something one or two questions they ask them, you can be open up. I haven't gone through this topic, so I can skip, but I'll learn it. You can tell them, and you can just come out of it. So that is the best thing, you can choose it. But I don't encourage this faking experience behavior and all. So I hope this clears you and this provides you clarity, because banking and compliance completely works on the background check of the customer. So the banks will also perform background check of yours. So you should be very careful. Thank you guys. If you have any other opinions, you can put it in the comment section. I will be very happy to help you there. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.